The New Republic, which was the successor state to the Galactic Empire, grew incredibly powerful, attempting to bring peace and prosperity to the galaxy, through the same virtues as the Republic that preceded them. However, like the Republic of old, it faced a separatist threat of independent worlds and individuals who wanted no part in this large government. But what's the story behind this New Republic separatist crisis? Well, firstly, we need to clear up, not tons is known about this subject. Literally, it's only mentioned in a few canon sources, so we're going to use some speculation to get the right idea. So after the New Republic was formed, closely following the destruction of the second Death Star, Mon Mothma is named Chancellor of the New Republic. From here, the Galactic Civil War slowly begins to draw to a close, as the disorganized Empire falls apart in petty power plays and ill-conceived offensives. Now, despite the New Republic looking like a sure winner and many worlds flocking to join its ranks, there were those who had no intention of joining. Three main groups formed: the New Separatist Union, which we assume is a group of worlds and systems who chose to join together to stand up against the two superpowers and not be dragged into either side of the conflict. There's also the Confederacy of Corporate Systems, which we can guess is more businesses and corporations which didn't want their resources to be consumed by the war effort, and simply wanted to remain able to deal to both Imperial and Republic militaries without being subject to strict laws and tariffs. And finally, we have the Sovereign Latitudes of Marcovania. Now, this was actually a pirate faction, and probably one of the more interesting ones, led by the pirate captain Eleonodi Marcovania. Sorry if I did just butcher the name there. It sought out to create a haven of limitless freedom, a place where you could do whatever you wanted. No rules. These guys didn't even have a planet or homeworld, they simply controlled territories near the borders of wild space and headquartered themselves in a captured Executor class Star Destroyer. Now, the pirates knew that their time was limited as the New Republic became more and more powerful and begun implementing new laws. For this reason, they tried to appeal to the New Republic by destroying Star Destroyers that were fleeing from the Battle of Jakku as a peace offering of sorts, trying to buy themselves time before the Republic decided to deal with them. Now, these were probably the three biggest factions, at least the most notorious ones, but we need to understand why these groups didn't want to be part of the New Republic. After all, it couldn't be much worse than the Empire, which had an anti-alien agenda, high taxes, and heavily restricted the people's ability to live their lives as they saw fit. Well, the most obvious answer is that people still remembered the Republic, they remembered how it failed, and that life was far from perfect under its rule. Not only this, but the idea of a big government ruling the galaxy wasn't exactly popular. The Clone Wars may have been a thing of the past, but the anarchy that ensued was not. Many worlds, particularly those on the Outer Rim, still bore scars of the conflict. And remember, Palpatine had been the leader of the Republic before he grabbed power and became Emperor. And people really didn't want that happening again. I also find it very unlikely that many of the leaders of these organisations were big fans of Mon Mothma as the new Chancellor. After all, Mothma, although not been in support of the Clone Wars, was in the Senate during this period. Not only this, but she did serve as an Imperial Senator under Sidious before officially defecting. So her career, to those who weren't aware of her efforts to sustain peace, didn't really look good. If anything, she looked like a senator who was always in term when bad things were happening. Finally, we have to remember that people didn't really know the rebels before they formed into the New Republic. They'd been lied to through Imperial propaganda for years about their barbarous nature, and likely made up war crimes, and some real ones. Remember, the rebels had destroyed 2 Death Stars, numerous Star Destroyers, and killed countless Imperials, so you have to imagine it's difficult for many people to get behind their cause. To some, the formation of the New Republic was nothing more than a power grab, out with one power and in with another. It wasn't going to make their lives any better, and the rebels probably kind of looked like anarchists at this point. But what do you guys think? Could we be in line for a new separatist crisis following the events of Episode 9, regardless of if the First Order or New Republic win? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, please remember to like, share and sub if you did enjoy, as it's really appreciated and it helps the channel grow. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at TheLoreGuy and tick the bell for regular updates. Thanks again for watching, I do hope that you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.